Deathmatch World Cup winner bracket finals. Give me your prediction. The Viper at the left-hand side, the Code at the right-hand side. I will go for... I'm the Code fanboy. I'm the Code fanboy. He will be well prepared. I will go for 3-5 prediction. 3-5 prediction.
Nilly oh boy, nilly oh boy, nilly oh boy.
Let's see what we have in store, and let's pray that the overlay is working here. And oh boy, this is already scoreboard gone, and this looks reasonable. No, this looks very reasonable. Alt T to get the civs away, and hello, welcome guys to the winner bracket finals of Deathmatch World Cup. We will have the Fog of War off, and we will see in the red trunks is the Code, seed number 2 in this great tournament against seed number 1, the Viper, in the blue trunks throughout the whole series. And well, we will have a 6 stable opening followed by 4 barracks, 1 market being built relatively late, the Camel to defend against the Hussar. On the other side we have some aggression here, and this map we are starting with a big hill in the center, but you cannot build on this sandy area. I see a lot of predictions, 5-4, 5-3, 5-4, 5-3, so everyone predicting a very interesting and short series. The Viper, he is not building the Marketeer, and we will try to see. Let me see, Control C is something overlay-ish. Do I have... We also had killed value. There's some stats that we will go into a bit later. Castles, rally counts, you can see it will deliver quite a bit for us, but we will stay on this one to begin with and see that the Code already has more military out, way more value for him. Is defending that at the right hand side. We have some villagers potentially going down here. We'll defend that, and for everyone who's new, the row at the very top is the villager count 5 to 6. Those numbers here at the side are idle villagers, and overall population 26 for the Viper out of 45, 33, 440. But housed is the Code. He needs to get those up in time, and I will try to speed up a bit more to get in time. And we see now the Code should jump some in gold here indeed. And credits to Sir Lawrence, indeed, a guy that I worked with together this morning. Nice walls here by the Viper. He's getting 3 castles up at the front. And this map is so crazy because, yeah, you don't need to clear your screen. Those white dots are all relics on this map. So we are starting with 20 relics here, and we'll see how this one is going to play it out. Is map totally explored for the players? Indeed, we are starting deathmatch. All explored, and with 20,000 wood, 20,000 food, 10,000 gold, 5,000 stone, and in post-Imperial Age, that means all tags already researched. Now we are going into some production here of Camel Archers, and I already see some monasteries being dropped off the left-hand side, some already finished at the right-hand side, and that's going to be an interesting one. And, well, prediction number 2, because you love it so much. Give me some counts. What do you think? Left-hand side, the Viper. Right-hand side, Mr. Code. How will the relic count be later on? I think the Viper is a guy who focuses on that one a lot and has some control at the left-hand side. That's why I will go for an 11-9 relic count for the Viper here. I see 9-11. Okay. 13-6 with 1 left. 13-7. Okay. Well, I see the Code very active here as well. Has 5 monasteries out already. On the other side, the Viper, 3, but all at the right-hand side. That's not too pretty. I love how the Viper is always very active at the map. Well, I love how the Code is already trapping down the first castle. Has the hill advantage here as well. Tries to go for the hunt for the relic, but is not getting that one. The Code needs to regroup a bit more. Military count, as we can see in the top, 20 more here for the Code. Lots of other villagers for both sides. Numbers on the villagers not that high. First castle goes down, and not a lot of gold control here. That one will go in favor of the Code for now, but seems like the Viper's pushing this one back. 85 military, but where is it? A bit misgrouped here. Now tries to take the hill again. I already hear a lot of relics being collected, and those are the neutral ones at the side. I think I like the position here a bit more for the Code. Yeah, he will lose the hill for now. Lost 3 traps as well, but so much control at the left-hand side. Absolutely lovely move here. The Viper struggling a bit to start this one off. Why is the deathmatch played on fast speed? Who started on fast first? Everyone. DMers love action. And how do you get more action? Just play on fast speed. Camel Archers now for the defense. The Viper with the better KD was defending quite a bit. The Code, though, look at that army value. 9k versus 6k here. Has some pikemen mixed in, though. As you can see, 33 pikemen here. Only 8 for the Viper at the side. Goes for some more counterattack. The Viper, not a lot of gold income for him. Not a lot of gold income at all. And that's really, really troublesome. Let's go something and do something risky. Let's quickly look at the statistics. And, oh god, this is so unclever by me, but gold income 2.3k against only 100, and we are back. Oh, that was risky, but I made it work. Oh no, I need to restart everything now. Feels nearly. Jumping in and out sometimes makes it a bit weird, but restarting that, getting rid of that. Oh god, I'm feeling like a master. Did the DM originally start as sort of in mod or always integrated in the game mode? Always integrated. It's like Regicide Fort or like Regicide, random map, deathmatch. Maybe, just maybe it came with AOC, but it's at least been around for 19 years now. Yeah. Maybe. Or was Regicide maybe added with AOC? I think one of the two. Still holding the hill. Not a lot of gold control here for the Viper. And as we can see, only 300 in the bank. Goes for some janitors now even. That is really, really weird. How do we see archer ranges? Okay, goes for 3 at the side now. That's not too pretty. Really lacking some gold. 3 on gold here. As we can see, overall villagers on gold 14. Compare that to the 29 on the other side. Builds a castle here. And we can switch to the rally count. 7 for the Code, 3 for the Viper, 10 still up for grabs, and that's guaranteed. 3 in the back. And some more here. That's guaranteed. 12 for the Code already here. He will have the better opening. But Monastery is very exposed. I don't like that at all. Oh boy. That could be really problematic. 3 relics here, 1 here. And those are 4 relics extremely exposed at the front. Deathmatch, Regicide, and RM since AOK. Okay. Well, I will believe you. Now the first bombard cannon's out. And I can already give the first feedback for the Capture Age team. Map names not really included here. Dunes. And if I hover over the archer range, it actually shows the archer range without me selecting it. Don't like that too much. Okay, 3 relics ungarrisoned. Might be a bit of a problem or a mistake by the Viper. Let's take a look. Some pikemen trying to steal some kills here. Uh-oh. The Code is around and the Viper is just running. That's going to be a lot of losses. Now tries to take the fight. Looks evenish, I would say. No, the Viper will lose that one quite significantly. Good opening here, but the Viper still with 40 more kills. Attack through the center, continuous bombard cannon, doing a good job. The Code could technically go for some more repairs. I'm a bit surprised that he's not going for it. Has a lot of pikemen, a lot of janitors, not the strongest army. Let's take a look at this stat. The Viper has more value, but if we look at percentage of gold in that, the Viper's army only has 30% gold investment. The Code sitting at 51, so his army most of the time the stronger one. Now goes from the attack at the right hand side. What do you even go for against janitors and pikemen? Maybe champions could do something. The Viper trying to steal 2 relics. That shouldn't really happen. Oh no, what are the Cam Archers doing? Oh no, and the Viper steals 2 relics. That should never ever happen. Oh goddy, that hurt so much here for the Code. Maybe sending them further back could have been an option. Still 3 relics up for grabs here at the front. Oh god, oh god. And the Viper, he gets more castles up and has the nice hill control here. The Code was looking so strong. An update on the rally count, 7-7. Will be 9-7 any moment though. And the Viper, not sure if he has control over any more. It's still 3 open here. Maybe 10-9? Should be 20 in total though. So someone still controls the relic, I don't know who. Killed value, so much better for the Viper as well. Also did kill some buildings here at the site as well. TheCode sitting at 170 military, tries to regroup some. Viper very active. Now the Viper steals even 2 more relics. No, don't tell me this is happening. Don't tell me this is happening. This should never ever be a thing. Those 2 monks running away while TheCode is trying to reclaim this hill. Oh god, those were 4 relics that belonged to TheCode. He could have played the long run. But not really happening, and now he holds the hill as well. Ay, ay, ay. This hurts so much. And now, yeah, they are so much closer to him as well now. Going for another castle. Villager count 103 to 111. You can see that at the side or in the center. 1-0 lead here for the Viper. Good stuff for him. And I'm trying to figure out this overlay as well. Save, continue. 1-0. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Good stuff here. Hi. That one hurt. That one hurt. It looked so good for TheCode. Yeah, he did kill 2 castles early on. Had all the hill control. I think if he has the monasteries a bit further back. Oh, look at how many monasteries did he have. He had 5 monasteries, lost 2 at the front. So he had 7 in total. I think this one should have clearly been... yeah, just collecting them from the front monastery and then sending them back could have been the better option, but that's pretty easy to say in the end. Not a lot of wood for him in the bank, and we will take a look at the statistic. KD 480 to 420. It did get some castle kills there as well. It feels like that was all castles as well. And economy, the big gold story. TheCode had so much more, but couldn't finish it off there. 10 to 7 relics in the end. Still some up for grabs. Would have been better for the Viper, though TheCode had the advantage. Feels a bit TheCode man. Good game, start of the series. I had a dream about you. Okay, I will continue reading. The other night, I was cycling in the neighborhood I grew up as a kid with my dad, except he looked like you, but he was still my dad. He came across a guy who seemed familiar. Maybe I played with him when I was like 5 years old, and he said, "Whoa, that Nilly?" And I was like, "No, but wow, you know Nilly?" And he said, "Nilly energy, Nilly energy, Nilly energy." And I said, "G to the G." And I rode off into the sunset with my Nilly looking back. Oh God, you're dreaming the dream, my man. I'm 70% honored, 30% creeped out. I think that's reasonable, right? I think that's absolutely reasonable. TheCode against the Viper continues with the home map of TheCode. He goes for hunts on 4 lakes. Should be a short distance and should be massive aggression. The big question is, when will TheCode go for the market? How will he try to punish the Viper? And we will jump into it and see how it will play out. Instantly getting capture age loaded here as well. In the red trunks again is TheCode, and at the left hand side in blue is the Viper. So the opening here is 5 stables, 5 barracks, 8 archer ranges, and the market. Oh boy, that's going to be a super aggressive play. Gold relatively in the back. On the other side, the Viper, 4 stables, 7 archer ranges, 5 barracks. So production more on the side of TheCode. He's going for some more aggression. Will he get some kills against the villagers? Not really going to happen. Meanwhile, the Hussar at the other side should be stopped as well. Nice defense on either side. No losses there. Actually, I see 2 kills by the Viper. We had a villager kill. I didn't even see that. Okay. So actually, the Hussar did get a villager. Okay, now the gold is jumping to 8k against the 6.7k on the other side. So that's a pretty solid market there. And we now have the Paladin for the defense. Production's looking
Well, I've
relatively
managed
solid.
to sub for free to you 6 times now with Prime.
Oh, that's nice. Maybe you can explain to everyone in the chat that Twitch Prime is a version to sub for free to your favorite streamer while we see some more villagers going down. Hello. Okay, that's a bit problematic. More paladins trying to find some kills. Might fight some more here. Villagers 4 exposed at the front. Another one goes down over here at the left-hand side. And those one are open if the paladin tries to find an angle. Meanwhile, the Viper, not sure how much he will be able to do. The code now 1 villager ahead. Make it 2 villagers ahead. Slightly behind the military. Goes for some more raids. The castle at the front should go up though. And the Viper, it simply looks like he doesn't have a single archery range up yet. CA count will be so much worse. On the other side, we have 2 archery ranges up. Siege Workshop at the front won't do too much. Not a single villager on gold so far. Going to be an interesting opening here, surely. 5 CA, 30-30. On the other side, not a single CA. Massive amount of Halberdiers. If the code is patient with his engagements and avoids losing a lot of paladins, I think this one looks pretty good for him, but loses more and more villagers here against the second wave. Military count relatively even. Gold count should be way better for the code though, and as you can see, 40 to 29% here. Thing is, don't take the fight against the Halberdiers, please. Don't patrol in here. We need massive amount of CA behind this. And indeed, he's trying to find another angle now. Halberdiers at the front. Takes the fight now. CA count 8 is okay, I would say. And somewhat chewing through this one. Still only 2 CA against already 19, 45 in the queue and 27 in the queue. This one looks good for the code. 125 military against 90 at the moment. But 1 defensive castle, obviously pretty damn good for a defense here. Did delete some archer ranges. Did rebuild them at the left-hand side because he didn't want to block his gold spots. Nice adjustment to that situation. Push through the center. Should be very active. The Viper's trying to make something happen that could be an ugly, ugly raid. Some more villagers idle here. Relics obviously completely out of the question. This early on in the game, Rams are dying at the front as well. Now the first Rams coming over from the code. He is leading by 40 military. Tries to do something with the CA. Some fishing ships here at the side, as we can see. 7 already in the queue. The code only now building his first dock. And now gets the raid into an ugly, ugly spot. 360 HP on that castle. Viper even right clicks that one. Is that going to be a cancel? I don't think it will be. Paladins dying over here though. But I still see a lot of red in the main base here of the Viper. Not really controlling his gold at this time. CA active, and they will kill some fishing ships. They will kill some villages as well. Villager count 13 to 19 at the moment. Rams doing a good job. All that is cleared up in the back as well. The code goes for the aggression. He goes for the kill here. 105 military to 75. He's 20 population ahead. Not a lot of Rams around at the front though. Now some Rams being unleashed by the Viper. Going for some nice defense. More villagers going down at the left hand side. Where are the villagers of the Viper? 2 working on gold here. That's it at the moment. The code burning through all of his resources as well. Not a lot of gold on the bank here. Needs to get some TCs up. That's not really something we'll see. More Halberdiers now going to the front. The Rams did get the defense up. I would love to see 1-2 traps by the code. Now goes for the double dock on at least 1 dock at either side. Was pretty active over here. Tried to stop the expansion of the Viper. Didn't really happen because he didn't even expand there. Now goes back with the Paladins. Will find 2 more villager kills. But the Viper with a nice villager lead for now military-wise. The code is looking reasonably strong though. The castle still lives at 300 HP. Remember guys, those 2 guys, seed number 1 against seed number 2. Both players, the undefeated players in this very tournament. The only 2 left. Both guaranteed the top 3 performance in this tournament. And looking to get into the winner bracket final. Coming undefeated in there. And having the 1-0 advantage in the best of 11. 130 military or 130 population against 90 more Halberdiers in production in general. Look at that, 52 Halberdiers. Some Hussars now losing the main gold spot here. Really hurts. Another raid there. The Viper already active, trying to collect some relics, but that's obviously not going to be too pretty. Next raid at the left hand side, and the Viper is really struggling with all the aggression through the center. But only 25 population behind. How's it looking when it comes to villagers? TheCode has the advantage there as well. So he will be fine. Even in the unlikely case that the Viper can make a defense happen, it's not looking too bad for TheCode here, I would say. Oh, and those two paladins will find some villager kills as well. Ooh. RM players always lose Hunts Wars to the Emmers. Lol. Yeah, welcome to the stream for the very first time. That's not true. The one who wins today has to play against the loser bracket winner? Yeah. Let's say it that way, yes. Exclamation mark bracket will tell you the full format as well. Do you think Viper made a mistake by sending his paladins forward in the early game? Yes. I think if you play against the market, you cannot really spare too much army. I think he tried to make the full defense against the halberdiers, with halberdiers there, but he had so few CA that he got overwhelmed a bit. But actually, well, who am I to question him? Because now he has 50 military lead, but has 55 villagers to 90. Fishing ship's not the greatest thing ever, though. And if we count real villagers, it's 84 to 33 only for the Viper, so fishing ships really need to carry him. Okay, resources now absolutely at the limit for both players, as we can see. But TheCode is regrouping quite nicely there, has some TCs working for himself.
Great casting.
Shingmo, thanks for your feedback, especially because it's positive as well. Viper never dies easily. I thought he was dead a moment ago. Well, it's also TheCode regrouping, right? He has the massive villager lead. He will get onto the way better army as well. Like, he is building an army full of paladin, full of CA, while the Viper will be very halberdier heavy as well. And that's nice when it comes to gold efficiency, but TheCode will have the advantage when it comes to pop efficiency. TheCode really slowed down the pressure. Guys, he is regrouping at the moment. He will have a massive army. The most important thing is that he adds some siege now, and indeed that's what he's doing. Some rams, and if he gets like 3 traps out, the second wave should kill the Viper, is what I'm saying. Let's see if that's actually going to happen as well. Would have loved to see a castle on that hill by TheCode as well, just to control those 2 extra gold spots. I wanted to go for that one, but stopped by the Viper. Nice move there. And yeah, now just group up with massive amount of rams, and then the next go should be extremely tough for the Viper to stop, especially with the very low defense here at the gold. When will another NAC will be held? I'm not sure if you know, but there's a pandemic going on at the moment. So not before the pandemic ends. And there are some countries being really dumb with handling that situation. So not too soon. But thanks for your interest. Okay, now some rams moving forward. 1 trap. Love to see that. Even 2 traps around. Not sure where the second trap is. And now the army value compared 10k to 7.5k with way more gold in there as well for TheCode. And now I think he can patrol. Oh, the Viper goes for the CA or for the trap kill. Goes back at it though. Or goes back. 44% there. And I think this is the spot. This is the spot.
Love you, bruv.
Oh, I love you as well, my man. And I think this is the spot where we just patrol in. Go back a bit further. Halberdiers need to be chewed through by the CA. Indeed, that's what's happening. 2 traps around. Now take the engagement again. Rams at the front. And TheCode now just patrol. And he goes for full CA, full paladin behind this one. And the Viper, he goes for a mix of Tarkan, CA, paladin. And needs to defend his main gold spot now. That's going to be tricky. And all of you thought, okay, Viper did hold. But as I said, it's just a regrouping phase for TheCode. He got the stronger army now. Now pushes in with all the rams. And this one, I think, should break the Viper unless he makes the miracle defense happen. The defense obviously helps if he gets some rams over here to the traps. And can maybe stop the push there. Not a lot of melee to defend this one. 4 traps active. But the rams did a good job. Meanwhile here, still not a lot of control over his gold spots. And indeed, double trap kill here, and we'll try to find another double trap kill. Won't happen. More castles are going to go down. The Viper sits at pop 115, 180 here for TheCode, and he is doing a great job. Some monks trying to get some conversions in here. Not going to be too easy. Military count at the moment 54 to 40, so both very, very limited. But as you can see, 102 villagers against only 60. The Viper is not getting the numbers in here. Not a single villager even on stone. 7 on gold. That's not looking too pretty to get onto a strong army here, and those last CA are all he has to defend. And TheCode, he just needs to regroup, needs to get onto some more numbers, and is looking pretty damn good. Thanks again for all the subs, guys, for all your support. TheCode is controlling that gold now. Viper is controlling that at the top. I love those moves. Both players fighting. The Viper did hold. Pop 110 against 160 though, and he lost 3 castles with that attack though. Very, very costly in the long run when it comes to getting some defense. But he also killed what felt like 8 rams, 4 traps or something. So again, regrouping for TheCode. Needs to get onto his great numbers. Maybe mix in some more halberdiers. I would like to see that. Viper is holding. We can give you an update on the relic count. The Viper is sitting at 4. TheCode only at 1. Relic gold collected. Another 1,000 extra for the Viper, and that will only increase. 7 castles though for the Viper still on this map. TheCode, why is he only having... Okay, he didn't really go for the stone in the back, and did sell some stone at the very start here, apparently. We had 4 conversions for the Viper, not the most important thing. TheCode did get some buildings killed, and we will go to the normal overlay. 10 to 3 town centers. That's quite untypical for the Viper as well. If we think about that. 10 TCs here and the Viper. Well, those are all the 3 TCs he has. And then it's tricky to get onto his desired numbers. Time to lick the wounds a bit more. Some nice raid here. What are the villagers doing? Why not jumping into the GC? One did jump in there. Okay, now he sees it. Makes another aggression through the center happen. And he knows. Just keeping up the aggression against the main gold spot could be a good option. Another castle denied for now. The Viper happy to kill 5 villagers, but needs to retreat here. Without any siege to follow this one up, it's not going to be too pretty for him. Halberdiers, I think, should be enough to save the TC. Maybe from ungathering. No. Okay, ungarrisoning is happening. Oh, that's a very aggressive castle. Orna would call it a get out of my game castle. That's pretty much in the face. Rams are moving forward. 1 trap needs to go out there as well. And he knows, okay, the Viper did have a lot of CA over there. Maybe TheCode finds the timing. He's looking at pop limit. The Viper at 150. Still not having control over his main gold spot. And that's a weird angle. That's a really weird angle with the CA. Maybe wants to cut off reinforcement. We'll find some halberdiers. We'll find some CA, some villagers. Now goes for the trap. Finds that one as well. Rams now hugging the CA, and they are kind of enjoying it. Ram pride. CA finding a weird angle. Maybe now regrouping and going for it could be an option. Losing a lot of stuff at the front. Buildings going down. Would love to see some more Rams. Oh, but the Viper, he's actually losing his monasteries here. And he could easily lose his 2 docks as well. And that's a lot of his food eco as well. So patrolling at the side here with the CA. That feels a bit like the opening game between Leash and the Viper as well. Where the Viper felt, okay, I lost for quite some time. Still stayed in this one to get warm a bit more. But this one seems even more dominant here for TheCode. The Viper still lots of CA though. And he well, is trying to allow himself into a comeback. There's so much red on this map. Would love to see some more control at the top. A castle here, 2 traps working here. That would be lovely. But yeah, it's so much. Just think about it. This is the spot where we had the main TC of the Viper. Not really the spot that looks too great for him now. Viper was dead when he lost those 3 castles. Okay, I think he was dead earlier. It's tricky, right? When do we say dead? Is it 99% advantage? Is it 95% advantage? Is it when the chat agrees that the game is over? Is it when the player types GG? Well, by the rules, it's if the player types GG. but by the rules of the chat, it's if they're bored of the game and feel like they can't come back. Why are they still playing? When chat says this, okay. Yeah, that should... Maybe we get, like, unified rules for the future. If chat agrees that the game is over, they should just automatically lose the game and just be forced out of the game. And then it's like... There's just a text window that you can't control and it types GG for you. Because too many people in the chat said, man, the game is over. Why is he still playing? Why is he in this game? He can't come back. That could be something. Yeah. Could save us a lot of time. You sound like MBL. Well, two people with two great ideas. New tournament idea? Yeah. The No GG Cup. It's also nice, like, if you... Like, just think about it. The Ghost Lake game I played against Rage, game 7. And after 1.5 hours, I found another wood. And it was like, yeah, let's go, come back. And then the game just ends for me. And the message just says, the chat decided that you lost the game. That must be like one of the most depressing feelings. Popo 90 against 130. The code struggling a bit to finish it here, but the Viper is just holding on for a very, very long time. 1-1 the score now, and we see the code winning his home map. Good job there. Why can I not? This is so weird.
Rogan?
Sending energy to the code.
Okay. Maybe it worked for the past as well. 1-1 the score now. And up next will be the home map of the Viper. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for something fancy like Vikings. Yeah, not much to say here. Couldn't really control the gold spot. The Viper didn't really get his archer ranges up. And then without CA, you can't really fight the code. Nice push there with the market. And finished this one off in a solid 35-minute game. Exactly. Statistic. Alt O. Okay. Military. The code 120 lead. 40 more kills when it comes to building. Obviously raised the whole starting base there of the Viper. Got all the extra resources. 9k extra gold as well. Good job there, even though he was 4-1 relics behind, but didn't really matter. And the Viper never really got onto villagers here. 107, but don't get misled by that, because that included like 30 fishing ship, I would say. The Viper next up with the show map. I hope you are all enjoying this wonderful Saturday and this wonderful show. Little thought, which countries do you think are handling pandemic really bad and which ones really good? North Korea is the best. They didn't have a single case. Yeah. Or I read the North Korea blog of infected people in North Korea. It's like 947, 1 case, 949, 0 cases. So they have to be really, really quick and very efficient. The only way to kill the Viper is with siege ram, so if otherwise he holds on like a cockroach and wins eventually. Okay. Back to a question about what we call it. Among the team we call the overlay Delight. We are very happy for you to use that name as well. Delight? Okay, so Capture H Delight? That sounds delightful. Any updates on Poker Tournament? Yes, you can read everything on my Discord. Lee, in general, how do you like the way the code uses the map? Would you say it's his weakest point? Not really. Obviously, he's strongest with just pushes through the center, but I don't think that's his weakest point, no. What DM's is Viper's favorite? That's very tough to say, and that's what we are here to find out. I think he will play something slow, like Britons, Vikings. That should be good for him. Why is deathmatch only mirrored always? Well, think about it. If we think in tech trees, right? and how balancing works. We have balance in the First Age, Dark Age. Some civs are good, some are weak in Feudal Age, good in Feudal Age, and it all balances out. And then in DM, civs that are really good in, or civs that are really good in late Imp are most of the time weak early on, and that's how balance works with civilizations, right? But take 3 ages away, it's only the balance for the latest age, and therefore you never get into fair civ matchups because the game is not designed around that. You're the best. Keep up the great work. Thanks, my man. Suggestion for CA. Can we add total value and gold? What is current in the queue? Hard to compare just based on eco military given. I might make... I think send me a Discord message and we might include more than people putting in some here. But thanks for the effort. AOC greater AODE. Thanks for your feedback. Is this tournament double elimination? Yes, sir. Exclamation mark bracket, and your second question is answered with exclamation mark bracket as well. What's your hotkey for assigning a control group? Exclamation mark hotkeys, a video that I made about all my hotkeys. Okay, the Viper already picking Vikings, so that's going to be a Viking mirror coming up next. I think a good choice for him. What did you have for breakfast? Bread and some Prosecco. What's your drinking, Niddy? Still rocking the Pepsi Max Cherry? No, this is Schwipschwap. It's basically cola and Fanta mix from Pepsi. Which map? I don't know yet. Are they playing with the current patch? No, we used the patch from before. How's Dowd doing? Dowd lost to me in the round of 32. Ah, you mean in general? Okay-ish, I would say. How do you deliberately use an old patch? Good connections to Microsoft. I just called Bill. We had a chat. Pandemic. He had some updates for me with my chip implant. It was bugging out a bit. I had some like weird electro shocks, so I got a new chip in my head, and then we also got an old patch for Microsoft from the game. Did you celebrate something this morning, or why did you have Prosecco? I had some old school friends over, or like they're still here, and it's going to be Ghost Lake Viking War. Okay. Why is Viper going for a slower civ? Because he feels the slower the game, the better it is for him. He wants to play the very long, the macro game. That's where he feels he shines, and he can die easily to a market push by TheCode, and that's going to be tricky with the Vikings. Sorry. But still, the code is still going for the very, very early market here. Hallelujah. 5 barracks, 7 archery. This is pure aggression. The Viper will play it way more greedy. Trust me on that. 3 barracks, 4 archery ranges. So military-wise, we have a huge, huge lead. 1 relic guaranteed for the Viper here. 3 relics surrounding the code and 1 more of the neutral side. The Viper has to get that one. Extra gold left-hand side and more left-hand side. And, well, 1... oh, even 2 pikemen to defend. Interesting opening here. Isn't the Viper the fastest player? Clicking speed? Yes. Knowing what to click? No. Like, DM is a lot of knowledge. Where do I click first? What should I do with what civilization? For example, like the RM comparison. If you play Chinese, you don't need to click Loom instantly, right? You can search the sheep, click them into the TC, and then click Loom. Because Loom won't... like, after Loom you will have an idle TC anyways. And in the DM, it's the same. How do you distribute what villager at the start? And that's simply where Viper is lacking a lot of knowledge. Code deleted market, indeed, gives him some more space. And also sometimes hides the fact that he did go for the market. But it's more for the space here. Now Have some raid here. Shouldn't really get too much done. Villager, maybe. Oh, actually, 3 hits should kill him. And yeah, Viper gets the kill. Good job there. 10 to 12 villagers. The Viper did find 2 kills. Still patrolling for the left-hand side. The Viper plays this one really slow. Code keeps spawning on right side of the map. Coincidence? Are you teaching us how to play? In some way. In some way, if you have some questions, I might answer some. In total, I have like, I would say like 30 coaching videos on my YouTube. If you want to learn DM, it's going to be complex. Protecting his own relic here, quite interesting by the Arbalest. And 4 champions trying to find something, probably just trying to kill a monk and that's it. Okay, some more fight for that relic. Both players knowing, okay, if we see the Code getting a 4v1 relic advantage, the game is going to be likely over. Viper will struggle a lot then. Now even some Scorpions being mixed in by the Viper. Interesting choice. He has a lot of army in the center. 110 army against 123. Gold count here, better for the Code. Goes for more Arbalest, but he also did have the market at the start. And Arbalest losing that fight. More patrol coming in. Onagers coming over as well. And that one, the Monk is now running away from those 3 champions. Ooh. Nearly, are we going to see bias cast when TheCode plays? I absolutely love True as well. So I think it will be double bias cast. If you want to have an idea of how I will cast, there's already the code against... No, not the code. True against TheCode on my YouTube. And then you will get an idea how the cast will look like. You think attacking early and fast is a good idea? Yes. That's how deathmatch should be played. You will get a lot of map control, you keep your opponent back, you will get the extra golds, you will get the extra relics. And yeah, you won't trade off that great, but it's so much better for the long run. Nili, what are your thoughts on cryptocurrencies? I think they're the future. Yeah, very, very likely. Okay, Viper, I think, got that one at the left-hand side, so I assume it will be 3v2 relics. Indeed, it's 2v2 now. That one will get dropped home, so the Viper, 1 relic deficit here. One gold controlled there, the other gold controlled there. So pretty damn even overall. Should the M in normal rated games always be mirrored? I think it should be, yes. Unless you play like the big team games or something, then it's like less important. But in 1v1s, I think something else than mirror doesn't make sense. No question. Is microing less important DM than RM? Well, it's different micro, right? It's tougher to micro in DM since we have way more army. It's tougher to micro 120 army than, let's say, 5 skirmishers or like 12 crossbows. Something most of us will Craigasm over is the Hera has 12 crossbows against 3 mangonels and somehow wins. But that's never something you will never be able to achieve, right? It's faster speed, way more army. So I think it's in DM it's more important, but it's just so much tougher. Also tough might be the defense against that massive Ramgo that's coming around. Hallelujah, 11 Rams here, not a single unit to defend. Very, very clumped up here is the Code, and that's a lot of Berserks to follow this one off, and yeah, there's no chance of the Code defending that one. Now goes for some Berserks, not sending any army over. Yeah, there's no chance of a defense. Very, very active or idle here, actually, in the center. Oh boy, that hurts. And he even skips the first castle, somewhat. 5 Rams dealing with that one. Berserks are going in deep. Lots of idle villagers now. As you can see, 27 villagers did jump in there. Some onagers getting some shots in, not the most important thing. That's going to be 1 dead castle for sure. 2nd castle will be held, but still not a lot of gold income. Meanwhile, aggression here through the center. Annoying there quite a bit. Berserk's finding some kills as well. The Arbalest looking for some kills. Onagers around for the defense though. And those Berserks did a pretty good job. The Code, if he only had like 3 onagers behind here, the defense could have been so much easier. Okay, the code. Now 20 population lead. Has double the army value as well. I don't really see him having siege. Let's quickly jump into how many kills we have. Killed value. The code did kill 7k more resources with this defense. The Viper, he did only kill, what was that? 2 mining camps and 1 castle. 850 resources value there. So the code actually better when it comes with the KD, and the killed resources should have more gold as well. Would love to see him simply build a defensive castle here. Could help him out so much more. This is Capture Age. Well, Capture Age Delight. It's not going to be the final project of Capture Age. Wait, how long does Nili have Capture Age? I would say 6 hours. But casting with it for 1 hour now. Hope you're enjoying it. And we will have it for next Friday, Saturday and Sunday as well. Maybe even with some improvements. Viper with 4k more gold here as well. That's pretty crazy. But obviously that was a lot of idle time here. So the code will eventually catch up with that one. The CA version also usable for the new patch? From my knowledge, not now, but they're working on it. Arbalest here, that's going to be bad! Oi, 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 oi. Hits some shots, now goes over with a lot of rams. Berserk's trying to regroup. That's going to be a lot of Arbalest here. That they should eat some shots. Viper goes for some splits. Not the greatest ones in the world. Trap still surviving. Castle goes down. The code plays this one still very aggressively. That's in very unprotected gold. I'm a bit surprised. Look at the resource of the Viper. How did we not have 2 castles here to defend that area? Castle count 6 to 6 as well. Oh, the code now finished number 7. Wants to go for some more defense here. Looks pretty solid for him. And now with 1 onager alone behind this one, that's so much better to defend. 8k more resources killed. Still, solid army advantage here of 4k more value. And oh, that will change quite a bit. With all the Arbalest going down. Ay, 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 ay. 4k difference? No. 4.5k difference. Ramgo here, not the most efficient thing ever. Viper runs around. Both players still pop limit. Remember, 1 relic advantage here for the code. Fighting for that extra gold spot. The other one in favor of the code. Will get his gold there, and you can see both players now banking up gold quite heavily. This one could be a long game. Hope you prepared some of your popcorn. One is just trying to make some great shots happen against the Arbalest. Arbalest now moving in. Viper goes for some splits, but the Berserks are actually running in there, eating some good shots here. That's going to be costly. Oi, 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 oi. Not going to be this one. Most of the onagers now going down. Some of Viper's onagers going in pretty damn deep. But, oh, the code gets the kills in. Good job by him. Arbalest now trying to make something happen from distance, but need to regroup. 76 Berserks out against only 21. And as you can see, the code, he's just hungry to go for the gold here. Rams on the right. Actually, he has 8 rams here, yeah. But without any support, I think 8 rams alone aren't doing anything. I'm not even sure. I think they will get 1 castle, and even that is close. Against an onager, a ram, and a berserk prepared, he can get like 4 berserks out pretty quickly. Oh, that's tricky for the code. Oh, that was massive here. Lots of berserks going down. Arbalest going down potentially as well. Onagers trying to find the shot. Not going to happen. Or is it going to happen? Oh, hits his own berserks even. And oh, that's the shot. That's the shot that we've been waiting for. No, okay. Won't get the full kill. But he's going for that castle again. The code is playing this one brilliantly. I'm really, really impressed. Now has an even gold count. Not too much army around here though. And wow. I love this play. One trap around castle. I will need 4 more shots to die. But actually there's nothing attacking the trap at the moment. 3 more shots. Send some villagers over for the repair. Goes for the Arbalest first. Berserks are moving in. Right-clicking the trap. Villagers repairing here. And can we save that trap? Yes, we can. The code is holding strong. Onager won't find the shot against the Arbalest though. Some more ramps attacking the left-hand side. And the castle indeed did go down. Viper still trying to hold this one. But the code with a solid push. Still has more gold, wood, and food at the limit. Something that the Viper is floating quite a bit. Good job on that regard. Now the gold emptied out here, and that's still a lot of control here for the code. Good job by him. Arbalest behind this one. Not really sure how efficient Berserks are at this point. Because every time they try to kill an Onager, a lot of their friends will lose their lives. Probably a combination of all of those units seems to be good. But how do you even micro this one? I know I couldn't. Trap still active there with 12 HP. That shot flies in. But gets the kill. And what? The code just feels like this is exactly the spot where I want to farm. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Deathmatch has so many epic battles. Yeah. My mate. Just wait for the next weekend. I will have the top 4 play. Both of those players will come back for the show. One of them will play on Saturday. One of them will play on Sunday. Maybe. Both of them will play on Sunday even. Loot of this one wins against the winner of Teto and True. Chat says GG, stop the game. Okay. Wasn't it the Code versus Viper last time too? Indeed. 5-3 for the Viper in that one. But remember, that was also after the Code already played a full best of 9 against True before that one. Then a short break, and then they played another best of 9. Just think about what the code could maybe achieve if he has a full day of preparation, or maybe even a full week of preparation for the Viper. Is Viper really losing this? It's not looking great for him. Still, same population. The Viper, nothing in the queue though, only 100 gold. On the other side, nothing in the queue either, but 2000 gold, 1 more relic, way more map control. Next ram go here, the castle will fall surely. Some champions, some pikemen, not the greatest thing. No repair. It feels like the code didn't even see it yet. No reaction at all. Still too distracted at the left hand side. That's a lot of onagers though. Is the Viper distracted here as well, or what is happening? Where did he click? What is this one? And get some shots off into the Berserks, but that's going to be 2 dead onagers. And then you have to question yourself, how much did your distraction at the side really do? At the moment it looks good, because at least 2 castles will die here. And there's still no reaction from the code. He's just so distracted here. What's happening? 2 castles down, villagers dying as well. The code in shambles when it comes to his macro. But still a nice push here. Get some onager kills. Okay, trades in 2 for 2 for now. Castle still being held. How much wood will the Viper have? In the long run? Not a lot. And now the code sees what's happened here. Ay, 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 ay. Sending some army back. What's happening? Send some champions, and that castle is low HP from before. 4k HP here. Some berserks should be easily defending this one though. That berserk not really triggered. Okay, it just sends enough over at 32 to defend this one. But that was costly. 2 castles going down. Lots of buildings. Need to repair that castle as well. Maybe it goes even down below 1k HP. Not even that. But is holding that very crucial area at the side. But, ooh, pikeman actually making an attack into the woodline at the back. But obviously not the greatest damage output. Repair? Well, he didn't have any villagers around, right? He has some eco here, but that's it. Builds another castle. Is sitting at only 500. And, the Viper going for the move that we RMers value so much. Is trying to cut the wood off the code here. Therefore shortening the game, surely. The moves that we prepared some for goes for the woodline, but actually maybe you wanted to go for that woodline as well. That's something we will... Deforestation, indeed. Something we will see a lot more, I think, in DM in the future. Berserk's still around. The Viper, pop limit, same goes for the code. Army value relatively close. Some skirms and pikemen being mixed in. Not a great sign here for the Viper. Arbalest and Onager pretty damn solid against pikeman skirm composition though. Global warming, everything, guys. By the way, small advertisement. Ecosia, a search engine, just did plant their 100 millionth tree. They're putting some of the money that they get from using their site into planting some trees. Absolutely lovely project in my opinion. Okay, one onager traded for one onager. Now the next one. Oh, both going for some micro here. What is this map? It says Ghost Lake here. So I will just assume it's Ghost Lake. Oh, that's pretty aggressive with the traps. Not sure if that's the greatest engagement. One trap going down. Second trap dies as well. Some traps at the top. Very low HP. Berserk's now moving in. More on it just behind this one. But the code is coming from behind as well. And that's not a lot what the Viper can bring to the field. Is that maybe his all-in? Is that his way of trying to win the game here? That would be a really aggressive move. He doesn't have a lot of map control. Onagers going forward. Sniping down those Onagers with the cars. It would be a nice move. So many traps going down. The Viper lost all his traps though, and the code is holding this one again, and that was a lot of resources investment by the Viper here for sure. It feels like the code is still holding. Population, let's lick our wounds. 160 against 200, another trap active. Onagers to the front. Skirmishers shouldn't really do too much. Tries to go for the split here against the Onagers. What is happening? This micro nerd finds a 1v1 in the Onagers. The code just clicks onto the trap in the back. Onagers going to the front again. Still more repair, but only 400 wood, 400 stone at the moment. As you can see, full pikeman skirmisher production here from the Viper. On the other side, Berserks here. Those are the small red and blue dots under the sign. Is there no gold on this map? Not anymore. Not anymore, my man. Two Berserks. Maybe trying to find a raid here. Not really going to happen. The code, not with the greatest waypoint here. Not sure if he noticed that one. Goes for some micro. Loses one. Did he get any damage in? Slight damage there. How can Viper make best use of the 2k stone? That's a great question, my man. I think he just sold 1k, right? I don't really see... the castle being built. Goes for this one. Did you see the code even click back as champions? He didn't really want to take the fight. Just knew the castle could do the job. And the code now can camp this one out. Army value 11k to 8k. Let's take a look at the castle count. 10 to 7. Still one extra relic. And that's indeed like 3k relic gold to 2k. Pretty nicely there. Seen there. And 22k more efficiency here for the code. Absolutely lovely. Skirmishers trying to make something happen. Onager dance here. Goes slightly in favor of the Viper. Gets another ground attack in there. Nice move. But the Berserk count pretty damn sexy though. Don't tell me the code is trying to finish this game. He can also just camp it out. He goes in deep. I'm not sure why he wants to take this one. Loses 6, 7, maybe 8 Berserks even. And now tries to regroup. Traps are moving forward. Goes for the Onagers here. That's not a great engagement by the code. Just wants to snipe those Onagers. Gets the kill now. And the Viper, he is trying to dodge this. And, oh, gets the kills there. Good job. Still 3, 4 traps.
Never
no.
shut up, but take my money. Nilly love, Nilly sub.
Nathaniel, hey yo, thanks my man. And the code, he goes in for the kill. Questionable choice to me, loses one trap, maybe even more. Did really the the Code feel okay, he can finish the game. Goes for the traps here. 1 trap down, 2 traps down. Third one is getting attacked. Now that's a massive army loss here for the Code. Maybe Viper can make something happen. That was still very cost efficient here for the Viper. Both going down heavily in army value. Onager behind this one. Can we see a big shot into the Arbalest? Not going to happen for now. The Viper splits away as well. Onager, the Onager, not going to happen. Pikeman here. Onager gets the kill. Good job by the Viper. Is holding this one. But 140 pop against 160. A strong hold though. But look at that production of the Code coming over. And on the other side we see some Pikemen. And still so much more map control by the Code. So much more wood control. 1 extra relic for him as well. Why not raiding with Lightcav like normal RM post-imp? You're probably overgeneralizing. I think Vikings War, you don't really raid with Lightcav either. You don't have bloodlines. We can even show you, right? Look at that. We don't have bloodlines. We don't have the last defense upgrade. You don't have Hussar upgrade. So they are like really bad. Especially against pikemen with extra HP. So I think that would just be a very bad option. Also, we have way more castles, right? If we think about it, we have 7 and 10 castles. So Lightcav ratings do so much less in DM as well. Not really sure what Viper is thinking with that one. Maybe felt, okay, those will never do anything anyways. And just send them through the center. But skirms are dealing with them. Code microing a bit. What's the goal of deathmatch again? Same for RM. RM Conquest is the same as deathmatch. Okay, 2 traps still active here. Now pushing this area back. The Viper's taking this one as well. Would love to see the Code actually cut, to see and cut those trees as well. Now the next big attack. Arbalest finally getting that. Onager. Still one Onager here in the back. Getting a good shot of there as well. Clicks in very deep. The Code will lose a lot of his Code units and probably the castle behind this one. Not a great fight for my liking. I think that was a horrible fight for the Code. Viper slowly but surely fighting back here. Rams can make another attack happen. How much wood does the Viper still have? He has 30 villages on wood. Has them exposed here. How is the wood looking behind this one? Oh, not that great. Some over here. That one not really in his control, I would say. The Bank of the Code, a bit higher. Did go for some berserks now. Some champions even being mixed in. Bit surprised by that. 94 villages against 91. Both players realizing, okay, a big eco is something they need for the W. What's the goal? Why are they putting the wall here? Well, that a ram attack can't instantly get in there, but that's going to be a good attack by the Code. And you see the difference now, right? The Viper did send his rams first and then his army, so that the caster is instantly shooting the rams. And the Code is doing it, just send one big group in there. And therefore he loses some military before that one. Now the next attack here, the Viper with way more army. Onager, can he save himself? Ram is trying to chase it down. Another Onager trying to shoot it. Oh god, that's like a Formula 1 race. And it feels like the Viper is getting away there. Skirmish is still defending. And that castle is going down. The Viper burned through all of his stone behind this one. No more gold in the bank. That's going to be some dead villages for him as well. Drops down to 82. That's probably not the count he wants to have. Only 18 villagers on wood at the moment. Now we see the switch into some Lightcav. Not sure if I like this one though. Ram still alive. Villagers now trying to fight this one off. Sends them back into the castle. Wouldn't be surprised if they now drop at the top to fight that one ram off. I think the castle will survive though. Enough arrows flying in there, and there was the lack of military. Lots of siege or lots of trash units now for the Code. Viper pushing the left hand side back. Pop 160 against all. pretty similar pop for TheCode as well, who goes for some more ramps, and that's it. And we see full trash by TheViper, who's now reclaiming some of the wood. Next attack at the right hand side, full trash army here. Some of villagers might die. The stage of the game is more like RM. Please don't say stuff like that. Let's just say DM after 40 minutes is the same as RM after an hour. That's very, very similar. Let's say that. Zergs out so heavily outnumbered that even though they're the counter unit, won't really find the kills. Rams now clicking on that castle. Viper did go for the repair. Left hand side, he can't really do much. Stands a lot of his army over here, but that castle is going to fall for sure. Relics very well protected at the left hand side there. That castle, will it fall or not? 3.2k HP, 3 rams, 4 rams. I think they will fall. 4 villagers still repairing behind this one, and Viper will hold this attack again. That was a very good last 10-15 minutes here in the back. Viper pushes them forward here. 22 against 25 villagers in wood at the moment. So what's your opinion on future DM events with less wood on the map or a time limit? Time limit doesn't work because the score isn't really an indicator who's winning. And less wood on the map is something we could see. We already have some maps, like Prairie is a map with very limited wood. We have Acropolis, where lots of games are decided by wood control as well. So it's just a mix. Viper sits at only 78 villagers. That's really low. 121 for TheCode, and he keeps on producing. I'll send some army over there. Arbalest mix in as well. Would mixed RM DM tournaments be interesting with focus on RM probably? Nope, not at all. There are like very few players and very few player matchups that can take games from each other. So it's like, and also like the Viper would obviously crush everyone, because everyone who can give him a run for his money on DM has no chance in RM, and everyone who gives him a run for his money on RM has no chance in DM. So it would be Viper, Tato, the only 2 players that could compete, I would say. Why Olympics does not have DM? I don't know, but they announced it at the very start that they didn't aim for it. Okay, Skirms and Berserks trying to find some raids here at the left hand side. Not very well protected. How about Doubt? He won a series, was the DM player. Who against who?
CA really adds to the viewer experience.
Thanks.
Great game. Looks like Viper can bring it back.
Yeah, Doubt doesn't win a single game against, like, or has close to no chance against Viper and Tato. Do we need a function in Age where you plant seeds in Dark Age, and in Post Imperial Age you have forest where you planted seeds? I think that would be very confusing. Nope. Oh, that's a nice move. Only sending Berserks against the skirmishers here. Should just shoot through them heavily. Oh god, that's... Oh, and he's not even shooting. Oh god, that's so evil. Oh god, that went so well for the Viper. Oh goddy, goddy, goddy. Both players now have popped 200. And it's the fight for the wood. And it just feels like the army value is so much better now for the Viper. 10k to 6k now. Is it going down to the wood control? Feels a bit like it. And I'll capture Age here. Oh. It's 1 hour, 1 minute and something in the 50 seconds. Is it worth walling that side? I think it is. I think it kind of is, yeah. No idea how TheCode wants to beat this army. Maybe some onagers. Oh, I have a good idea. I have a good idea. Okay, they will actually clear this army quite easily. Rams are moving forward. The Viper needs to run. Run so much, yeah. And if you ever want to ask yourself, okay, how are the armies looking? Just look at the counts over here. 57 Berserks. But also 2 onagers could get some good shots in.
Rogan?
Thank you for your casting. Always interesting. Always pleasure. Nilly energy. Nilly love.
Thanks, my man. Those 2 rams sadly wasted. Both players now banking up a reasonable amount of wood. The code, wood control. Looks okay-ish here. Can get some more there. Would have loved to see him cut those trees when he had the chance to. Didn't really go for it. Why not going back? Well, because it's in a tower, in a castle. He could have gone on that hill. I think it would have been a big waste going in there with all the berserks. He didn't have any siege to follow it up either. And I think the Viper, I'm not sure if like attacking through the center is now the best option. I have the 3 relics over here for the code, by the way. And I think this is very open ground. I think what the Viper maybe wants to do is more attack from the side. It's way easier to defend if you have ranged units. Okay, army value. Now 12k to 10k here. It's 97 military to 120 by the
Thanks
Viper.
for your great entertainment and effort when hosting tourneys. NAC2 Nilly love.
NAC2! Okay. Please, no one tell him about NAC3. Oh, that's a lot of onagers. That's a lot of onagers here. Well, the other berserks at the bottom there as well. Ground attack. Nice dodge by the code. He doesn't want to take those shots. Obviously, the pawn's not really helping him. Onagers getting some good shots in here. That could be really ugly. Oh no, the berserks are dying. That is so ugly for him. Needs to go back. Onagers behind. Oh, the code not really getting the kills in either. The Viper with a great defense. Maybe we can get an onager shot in there. The code. Can he get one off? Okay, kills 2. Not the greatest shot he ever wanted to do. Very stalematy now. 190 against 180 pop.
Rogan?
Just here to casually collect CO user data for DM.
Heyo, AP. Another guy of the Capture HD Light group. Or even Capture H group. Castle could fall. Castle count at the moment is 10 for the code. 8 for the Viper here. Code's army, well, goes for some more light cav now. 76 berserks. Could crush this army if he gets onto a heads-up fight. Not really sure if he can get to it, though. Maybe some army here. Light cav could maybe run around to bait some of the shots of the onagers. Is he really willing to take this fight? I'm questioning this one so heavily. What's happening here? Berserks are moving in, eating some shots, and those are split. They need to get behind there as well. Going in there, protected really well. The code needs to run back. What was the plan here? It feels so clueless when he dives in. Now he gets some onagers. If you have like 3 onagers, it's so much tougher for the Viper to engage. Light cav here now for the defense at the site. Mass amount of berserks coming over for the Viper as well. And now he will have a lot of stuff in the front. It just felt like this one attack over at the hill cost the code so much. He had a good advantage, just needed to sit it out in my opinion. Viper microing this fight so well. Well, he has the easy to micro army as well, right? Without any onagers. The code can't really get into the long distance engagement. Light cav can't really find a kill. The Viper just moves over. That's such an interesting army as well. I want to see his POV in this one. Like going for 6 different control groups as well, all of them pretty wild. And yeah, just 10k wood for the code in the bank now, 8k wood for the Viper, both of them, knowing that this one can take some time. Ground attack there, not really connecting, gets a shot off. The Viper splits again. Great move by him. Now some raids at the right hand side. The code can't really deal with those at the moment. Has all his army in the center. 70 berserks against 46, 101 villagers. Now goes for some more rams. 1 onager only on the field. 1 arbalest. 6 skirms. Feels very heavily berserk centered. Onagers willing to take a shot of this one. Diving in deep. Shoot! Okay, gets 3, gets maybe even 4. I can't even count that one properly. And maybe this is the time to take the fight. Maybe send some from the top. Could be an option. Light Kev maybe moving around at the left-hand side. Not going to happen. Berserk's now very clumped up. That looks not so great. I think he needs to send some at the top. That's good. Send some at the right-hand side. Moves in. Nice ground attack into that one, though. And now he dives in. This one is the final fight of the game. If it goes horribly for the code. Onager still very protected. So many berserks going down. Nightcap now chasing down, and Onagers are surviving. That was horrible for the code. Beautiful defense here for the Viper. Some ramps went down. Now some berserks at the top. G to the G. The Viper is taking this game. A game he should have lost if the Viper didn't have this greatest patience. And the code kind of wasted here at the right hand side. He just could have camped it out. Kill the trees. Kill the forest. Don't make this attack here at the right hand side as well. That was so many losses. Just a bit more patience. And it could have been his, but that did not happen here. It is the Viper taking game number 2. Game number 3. His second game here. And why is it not updating? Capture it. What's happening? Start. 2-1. Continue. Show. Continue. Ah, yeah. Okay. Hi, yeah. That one hurt for the code. Obviously, I like him so much. Would have wished him the win there. He had such a good opening, so much control, and yeah, just lost due to not having enough patience there, in my opinion. Just like the moment I wanted to become a doctor. I was really good at it, but I simply didn't have the patience. $6K relic gold to 4K as well, and yeah, timeline pretty even. There was just so much even control, but let's see what's up next. Serengeti Goth. That's so much map control as well. A wild one as well. I think that one could be good for the code. At least that's what I'm thinking. I kind of would love to go for small hippos, and indeed the Viper didn't even join the game. So I will be back in 1 minute, guys. Don't you dare to panic. I'm right back.
Mandato, yes. Husjörn. Construir.
Rogan? Bereita.
Correctus.
Yaparım. Yaparım. Yaparım.
Exclamation mark hype song if you want to listen to that song. Isn't it lovely? The code. Oh, sorry. The remix wasn't even finished. Sorry, my man. Hi. I think losing a game like this for the code is really hurting. When is the game starting and where's Nili's here? The game is starting within the next 45 seconds. And if you want to talk about someone hairs, there are several beauty channels on Twitch where you can talk about makeup, clothings, and some people's hairs. There might be some great channels for you. This one is Age of Empires based, and we will jump into game number 4 right here, right now. A Goth War could be pretty aggressive at the very start. We will try to see everything through here, and indeed, let's catch all that's going on. We will have a 6 barracks opening, quite a lot for the code here. Most of the time we see the Hammer start with 5 barracks. On the other side we have the Viper playing with 6 as well, only having 8 houses prepared for now. First Hussar shouldn't really do too much against the Halberdier to begin this one off, and we are obviously producing mainly Huskars at the front. They are working a bit faster and also produce a bit faster to go for some raiding, and then we switch into some champions, and we also switch into some more scorpions, but that's going to be pretty damn tricky. I can see 4 relics on the map and a hidden one at the very bottom. As you all know, we have some relics, or not relics, some gold spots scattered around. Quick look at the minimap, we see one massive hill here in the center, something to really fight for, and yeah, whoever gets control of that one is looking pretty damn sexy. Huskars now passing each other, and you will get an update at the very top. Going down to 4 villages here is the code. Not looking too pretty for him. More Huskars trying to find something. Now arriving at the other side. The Viper even sneaking a village off. Interesting stuff here. And has villagers working at the front, trying to defend there as well. Does a good job. 9 villagers to 6. 1 Huskar is getting through, but not actually attacking the villagers. And that's a very solid defense here by our Rammer, who normally should look worse in those opening, but at the moment already has houses for 90, compare that to the 70, and that's mainly because we have 4 to 10 villagers at the moment, so the Viper with the better opening coming out of this one. But as you can see, the code trying to control this hill. I can see some cracked terrain over here, some over here, so it seems like this one is the super hill, where the buildings are the most important thing. As you all know, as the educated viewers of this channel, if you build something on cracked terrain, you actually take more damage if it's a building. Nice defense over there. That raid is not going to happen. Same army here through the center. Military count at the moment 90 to 100, so that's a bit better for the Viper. The code just patrolling here, trying to regroup. I see 10 scorpions in the queue now for the Viper. Nothing of that kind here on the code's production for now. Now gets the castle up here, some more gold control, gets the TC up, another Huskar, finds some villager kills. This is just so incredibly efficient. Just having 1 Huskar around here is just so nice. Look at that. And finds 1 villager kill, might find a second one, and then we go down 15 to 7 while we see the big engagement here through the center. Champion numbers feel pretty even, if I would say that. Lots of army not really fighting off the Viper. That was probably something that turned the tide here for the code. But now Scorpions arriving. But, well, the front line died. So the Scorpions might even die instantly. And even the frontal now in control of the code. He got 30 more military out. 130 against 130. Was he more active? Is pretty nicely moving his army around here. I love the map control by him. Now I even heard the market. Not really sure how important that is, but I see 7k gold here. So that's surely some market abuse. We will quickly take a look into that one. Economy market 1k here for the gold. Not much more taken by him for now, and sadly I always need to restart it there, but it will all be good in the hood. Just lacking some siege here. Maybe he felt the map is so aggressive that siege isn't that important. Goes for some more Huskars queued in here as well. 15 Huskars in the queue out of the castle here apparently. Interesting choice. And tries to make something happen. Ascard's obviously pretty damn good against Scorpions. Won't they fight in small numbers? The Viper with a big army here at the top as well. 7k food for the Snake. 2k food only for the Code. So he's getting the numbers on the field a bit better. 145 champions! Guys, I'm not sure how often I've seen 150 champions soon. That's a crazy number, guys. This is not the overlay bugging out. No. That is just a lot of meat on the map, and yeah, that's something that some people like. That TC won't really go up. Champions raiding there, and Scorpions coming over trying to defend some. With another patrol here at the side, the castle will go up. The Code trying to get some more control, but no control in the center. And in general, very, very little amount of siege. Now goes for Onager, Bombard Cannon. Apparently, the Code's practice group did decide on, okay, this map is maybe played more aggressively than Arabia. We need to go for fewer Scorpions here. Otherwise, I can't really explain this move here by the Code. Distance was long enough to go for something else. Oh god, those champions all got mowed down. Still 130 champions on the field though against 120 soon by the Viper as well. Is the Code trying to find an engagement here? Would be pretty tricky. Now moves forward with the Onager. Has also some bombard cannons in production. The castle is falling, but still 170 out of 210. The Viper is sitting at 210 out of 210. Onagers are now moving forward. Onager shots into the Scorpions in the back. They're trying to run another shot of the Onager. Stop there. Onagers are going in deep, but the Viper, as you can see, is focusing down those Onagers with the castle. Beautiful move here by the Snake, and the Scorpions are surviving behind this one, doing so much damage. Maybe trying to kill the traps and then going away might be the option here of the Code, but those are heavy losses. Ay, pop 60 against 170. What is happening? How did he shrek through all this army? That did just hurt. 3-1 for the Viper. Holy guacamole, that fight. Again, why didn't the Code try to make something happen with bombard cannons? Siege workshops were so late. Holy guacamole, the Viper so active there with all the attacks. Still had so much more food, and KD was just horrible. 388 against 262. That was just in his face. Ay, that one hurt. Trying to force the issue there quite heavily. And scoreboard. It's a bit buggy. I will try to work that one out in the future. Tetherverse Leash over already. Indeed, Leash had to travel for 3 weeks work-wise, and therefore Tato got an admin win. No Scorpion approach by the Code. Something I've never seen before from him. Would love to pick his brain there and ask him what happened, how we got into this situation, because that KD did not look fair. The Code, he had all the largest army, but couldn't go into it. Yeah, we didn't even get into the spot to collect a lot of resources. Viper even got a reasonable amount out of gold there. Solid job. 55 against 28 villagers. Maybe that's what triggered the Code. He knew he was going down to way too few villagers to make a comeback there economy wise, and thought, okay, let's try to make something happen, and didn't work out. Maybe he felt Viper would out micro him, but it's still Scorpions. It needs to be added there, no? Maybe he felt Serengeti is just so much more active, so much more mobile, that it's a different approach. Up next will be Kilimanjaro, a Persian war. And that's also something that comes down to a lot of knowledge. How many paladins do you open? Scorpions, halberdiers, siege onagers, not siege onagers, onagers, bombard cannons, rams, monks, elephants. I think we might see like 8-9 different units here. Since when do you have capture age? Today. Hey Storm, hey yo. We had a lot of subs earlier. Thank you all for your support. AP earlier, Dihexor, Cesspool, Triss, Ethanreal, already thanked earlier. Thank you for all your support, guys. Game number 5 up next here, Kilimanjaro, Persian War. And Pork Magpie flies in with a prime as well. As you all know, if you want to see who wins Deathmatch World Cup next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Your days to go. Have you seen your sim character? No. 30 seconds till we jump into game number 4. As you all know, best of 9 means whoever wins 5 games first is going through. It is guaranteeing himself a top 2 finish. 2k for second, 3k for first in this 10k tournament. I wonder if we see TheViper versus TheCode in Grand Final 2. Feels likely at the moment. Yeah. Okay, let's see what they have to offer. Jumping into the action. Kilimanjaro with the hill in the center. We will see how it will play out here. The opening of TheCode. 5 stables, 5 barracks, 7 barracks. He is coming up with creative openings that I've never seen before. And we have one Hauser now coming over. TheViper on the other side is playing 5 barracks, 2 stables. So wants to transition to Scorpions a bit earlier here. Maybe going for the full aggression. Makes a lot of sense, trying to get the hill control. Even a camel being out here. Villager saving herself in the TC. Good job there. And that might just be, well... Halberdier fast, trying to take that crucial hill in the center. Relic control, better for TheViper, surrounded by 3. 1 at the very bottom should go into the Code's favor. 1 at the right hand side also, I would say. Some Paladins for the raid. Actually, some Paladins equaling 60 Paladins here in the queue. Goes full aggression there, and some Halberdiers behind this. Now goes for some Siege Workshop, and that looks like a very, very massive army here by TheCode. And a quote-unquote low-tech army. Not going for the elite battle elephants, not going for monk, not going for too much siege early on. And TheViper on the other side, castles very, very early on. Not sure if that's the great play. I think he will give up a lot of control in the center. Oh, another villager dies. Villager count at the moment 12 to 9. Some more might die at the front. But no, Halberdier defending this one quite nicely. Another villager. Oh, loses his life here. 8 to 12. What is Persian unique unit? It's called Elite War Elephant. It's the unit with most HP in the game. The melee unit with the most damage output as well. But also the melee unit with the highest costs. Can easily be converted. That's the counter. Does splash damage. Crushes everything. That's basically not a halberdier. That's why we see so many halberdiers, because people are so scared of that unit. And so far, now the first 10 in production, and well, they get some love. They're really, really liked. Scorpions in addition to them could make something happen. 12k food in the bank at the moment still for TheViper. Only 8k here for TheCode, who is already, well, quite reasonably producing some monks as well. Castles now coming up as well. Not the greatest villagers. Okay, that villager still nothing sent. Yeah, TheViper, no, T90 said he didn't feel that well and therefore wasn't casting with me. How early will we see Commander on Expos? They're pretty bad. So I think the earliest at minute 45, I believe. And TheCode with a full hill control at the moment. Another monastery, another castle, some more patrol here. We'll get the big plateau at the right hand side, left hand side, something to go as well. Why is TheViper underlined? It's the POV. So basically the sound that we hear if I switch to TheCode, now he is the underlined guy. Halberdier is trying to kill some houses apparently. Code 90 pop out of 135. Some conversions now here. Halberdier's at the front trying to defend. Paladins being sent in as well. Halberdier is actually Need to fight the elephants. Paladins need to go for the scorpions. That's the way you want to do it. Tries to move away a bit more. Didn't really build too many elephants himself. Only one elephant, and that might be a converted one. I'm quite surprised he completely ignores those. Want to go for some more conversion. Not really happening. Paladin doing good job of trying to deny the castle, but won't really get that one. Did deny that castle at the right hand side, so that's a nice move. If he gets that castle up, that would be lovely against all the scorpions, and indeed he does, and that's a very costly retreat here. And as you can see, that's a halberdier dead. Some scorpions will fall as well, and that castle was very crucial. That's a solid 5 scorpions going down. Even more, the Viper takes the fight here, and halberdier is now taking the fight again against all the elephants. That is pretty cost efficient if it wasn't for the scorpions behind there. But TheCode, he is putting himself on the hill. Nice move. The Viper will need to make something happen to break this one. TheCode now with the defensive trap out here. Tries to make something happen. Has less than half the villager count though. Is there also water map in DM for naval serfs? Well, we have Golden Swamp, which is kind of water based, I would say. We did see some civilizations going for heavy water, some civilizations going for a bit of lesser water. Something like Team Islands or Islands is just very unentertaining. That castle won't really go up. Is this winner bracket? Well, it says winner bracket at the top here, so I will assume it is. Nice move here. Kills the TC there. Some camels just running around, trying to make something happen over there again. Meanwhile, the fight in the center. And now we got onto the beautiful army of the Viper. As you can see, 14k army value against only 8k, chewing through all those halberdiers. And they need to go back. No, in that tight choke against elephants and scorpion, that's never going to work. He's just getting chewed. Oh, golly. Where are the scorpions? We need way more scorpions here from TheCode. He simply doesn't have the numbers. 7 scorpions against 25 on those tight choky areas. You really want to have the splash damage working for yourself. Relic count really not that important for now, but the Viper already secured himself 3. Those 2 are still up for grabs. Maybe the Viper even tries to make a run for that one, but he will have a lead in the long run. 7k more units killed, and I think TheCode simply not going for any elephants. Feels like such a weird choice, and so late when it came to all these siege. Maybe the Onager can now even out the numbers a bit more. Gets one shot off and dies behind this one. Not the greatest thing. Now some more conversions, and the Viper, he just pushes through the center. Pretty damn solid move in here. Halberdiers pushing in even further, doing a good job. Scorpions now taking the hill. 3 traps around as well. So many rams pushing in, and army value. What is this? Is this a bug? 13k to 1600. It is not, because the game is over. 60 military against 12. Holy moly. The Viper with a super passive approach. Way less like of the low quality buildings. 5 barracks. 2 stables. If we compare that to 5 stables, 7 barracks. But then he simply went on to siege so much earlier. As you can see, 4 siege works here, 3 castles. And yeah, that took just so much longer for TheCode. And then Scorpion Elephant is just the supreme army you're aiming for. TheCode tried to make something happen with some conversions, but the Viper just outmassed so nicely. 4-1 the score, and the Viper is now sitting at a solid 4 match points for this one. Holy moly. And what can I say? Probably not what TheCode was hoping for, especially with those civs. I think he could have gone pretty well. How's the prize money given to the winner? PayPal? An option. I think so. $100 more kills there as well. Doesn't even sound fair. Economy even better setup there for the Viper as well. Did have close to the ideal economy setup there as well. TheCode was still 40 villages behind. And can we still go for that overlay? I want to see the army killed value. 35k to 25k. So he did kill 10k more resources that early on in the game. Ooh, doesn't feel fair. Viper pretty much skipped paladins. Yeah, he built some, but yeah, way fewer, yeah. Up next is Prairie Chinese. So if you like Chukunus and if you like onagers, that's probably your way to go. Prairie, as you all know, completely flat map, so we can't fight for any hills. And we're starting with 2 light calves slash eagles slash hussars or scouts. All things are an option, and they're already loading into this one. I think TheCode was frustrated. He wrecked Viper on Vikings War, had that game won, but didn't play it with enough patience, unfortunately. Yeah, that one really... that one hurts me, right? I know that I would need a break after this game, after this throw. I know how I threw games in practice against the Viper, and I was like... I even wanted to quit practice, and... like, playing those tournament games, the pressure and the ice are even more. Was it you training with the snake for DM? Tattoo, the Viper and I were training together, yes. You haven't written anything for Chinese? What's the question? Okay, let's jump into the action here. Game number... Okay, why is... I'm a bit confused. Doesn't really matter. Okay. And as I said, flat ground. We're starting with double light cav here. And let's see. The Viper groups them up. The code just sent them over there. And we're having the opening 3 stables, 4 barracks. No castles yet. On the other side, the Viper opens 4 archery ranges, 4 barracks, and 2 stables here. Oi, 1 villager down, 2 villagers down. TheCode finally with the better opening. Let's take a look at the other side. Nothing died there, I believe, except the 2 light cav, and might even find another villager. Yes, he finds one. 9 to 6 villagers and a lot of idols here. One going down very, very low. Might die a bit later. Finally, TheCode could go for something wild. Just want to say, great commentary and stream interaction. Really enjoy it. Thumbs up, thanks. Fix overlay, please. What's the problem? Fix overlay panel? I don't know what we're talking about. Robo, what? You need to be more specific. Bottom right panel isn't normally a different scene. Ah, that one. Okay. Okay, so now follow up with quadruple castle. Would love to see some siege workshops. Already looking for relics. TheCode is blocking that one off. 3 at the top there, and oh, a nice extra gold spot here for TheCode. One of them is here. Oh, both of them at the left-hand side. That's so fortunate for TheCode. And you know you can't really sit on hills, so even more important on those ones. Okay. Because it's just a straight-up comparison, not really... how I don't want to say less strategic, but different. Like, it's less campy, I would say, Prairie. Okay, find some Arbalest kills here. I know that my beloved Sushine is always hating on me when I used to start with Arbalest. Probably not the greatest unit if you have the option to go for Chukunus. Viper obviously doing an okay job with defending early on, though. The villager count 17 to 9, but 12 idle villagers for TheCode. Why does he have 12 idle villager? What's happening here? So many saying around. His macros heavily slipping. Look at this. They don't know anything. Oh god. He needs to get them to work. The Viper has 10 working villagers. TheCode has 7. He really needs to fix that. Send some over there, some more relic control. Sends Monk over. Don't tell me this could be 5 against 0 relics. I think that's something I've never seen before against the Viper. Someone getting all 5 relics, and that run looks pretty good for him. The Viper just struggling so much to hold the center. And the Viper needs to make something happen. He needs the one-dimensional push. That means the code just Onager Shokunu, and he should be able to hold. Maybe tries to get an Onager in that area here. Still 7 idle villagers against 1. Gets more relics. Gets that one away. Looks good over here at the left-hand side. Oh, that could be a huge, huge advantage for him. Gets the golds, extra gold spots. Give me some Nili energy in the chat, guys, if you want to see the code taking this one and force game number 7. At the moment, gold control looks pretty nice for him. He just needs to hold. I think if we see the game go to minute 25, it will be a guaranteed victory here for the code. Simply, it's so much more gold. And I see the emotes flying in. Lovely stuff. But the code, well, he's doing a good job in that regard. Still pop 120 against 90. Onager connections now need to fly in. Shokunu count looks pretty solid as well. Abalestin back here for the Viper. So many red dots on the minimap. Absolutely lovely play. Another villager dies there as well. 30 villagers against 14. Onager shot number 1. Give me a second one. The Viper wants to split away from that one. Onager shot. And, ooh, takes a reasonable one, I would say. Viper even cutting some wood lines there. Wants to get closer. But the code is sniping those one quite nicely. Onager over here. Gets some shots in. Oh god, this is so close. The Viper, does he realize that he needs to finish this game ASAP? The long game. No chance for him. The code. Will he realize that he just needs the patience? Oh god. Really nice move. Adding some keeps here as well. As you know, bombard cannons or bombard towers forbidden in Deathmatch World Cup. We didn't want to get into too many campy games, and that would really result into that one. We did allow keeps though. We won't allow gates either, just to not bug out the melee pair. Saying too much more. Traps going very aggressively. A big misclip click, but it seems like both are surviving. 20 and 30 HP. What is happening here? The code, he's patrolling in further. The Viper's throwing everything at the front. He knows, okay, this is my one push. This is my one way to finish the game. I can give you an update. 5 relics here for the code and ticking for him. 2 extra gold spots here at the side. 12 TCs against 5. All the control here. Even raiding some in the back. Doesn't really matter too much. Would love to see the code being active there. But he knows, if I hold the center, this is my game. If I hold the center, I will play another one. I can see what the Viper brings onto the table for the next one. And you can see the Viper, he's just throwing in skirmishes now as well. Completely burned through all of his wood and massive fights. And I absolutely love this. I love Prairie for exactly that reason. You don't have a hill, therefore it's just so much less campy. Also the problem, you're burning through your resources so much faster. Another Onager, good shot there. Viper sitting at 35 military, 35 for the code as well. Very even, but villager count, as you can see, the code already imperfect. What is this? 130 villagers and he's queuing up 50 more. Please, for the love of God, don't overboom this one. The code, don't go crazy. Don't sit here with 20 military and lose to skirmishes only. This could be a way how you could throw this game. It's not a way, I think it might be the only way. He's towering the gold now. I love this play as well. Mixed in some Cavaliers. Well, against Onager and Skirmisher, that makes a lot of sense. Shokunu numbers by the Viper still okay behind this one though. Gets another shot off, dodges that one. And just trading on one Onager for one Onager is absolutely fine for the code here. And indeed, that's what he keeps on doing. Also gets the extra stone at the top. Not even sure who that belongs to. Is that a Viper stone? Or is that a neutral one? 125 pop. The code obviously pop limit. Okay, I think he did cancel some. 146 villager. A massive overboom. Look at that. 55 villagers on gold. 45 villagers on gold. 55 on wood. The Viper losing those traps would be really costly. Tries to out micro this one. How is his income looking? 0 villagers on food. 610 food in the bank. Onagers, these only units that are really carrying him at the moment. Shokunu's diving in deep. That's again the code trying to finish the game here or what? He's just so aggressive, and that's why so many DMers love him so much. He always puts you on the tough tests. The Viper was looking pretty good so far. Is he trying to out micro 4 Onagers? He's at least trying to eat some shots. 2 Onagers down, 3 Onagers down, 4th Onager down. Look at this perfect split. What is happening here? Some light cap helping on the other side. Well, not the crazy splits here by TheCode. Is just retreating, but sitting on so many more resources here. Keeps being annoying at the left-hand side. Chukunu's trying to find some kills. Running under some TCs, but as we see 12 TCs here, I don't think we will find too many exposed villagers at this very moment. And if so, TheCode won't be too hurt if he loses. Even 20-30 villagers won't hurt him too much. Now goes for another angle, goes for more at the side. Look at the resources, absolutely at the bottom here for TheViper. Will be a very tough game for him. Viper looks so good even when he loses. Yeah, doesn't sound fair. I absolutely love the amount of keeps that TheCode is going for. Amount of HP on those keeps, 3.5k and 15 damage output. Absolute madness there with Chinese wall tech. Cavaliers, not the greatest units against all those. And look at that shift clicking. Look at that shift clicking by TheCode as well. Something I rarely see even from top DMers. He shift click, kill the trap and then go back. This is so nice. Saved one light cap. Could have been 2 or 3 saves there as well if it wasn't bugging out that much. Also remember, we are playing with the old patch, so melee passing a bit worth, but the game is running smoothly. Even population. Viper absolutely at the limit with all his resources. Now overextends a bit, maybe. Lots of army over here, though, from TheCode. Would love to see that at the right-hand side as well. Only 1 onager at the moment. How many do we have? We have 3 onagers on the field against 5. 4 traps against 2. Goes in deep. Gets a shot off. Gets the onager. But isn't killing the trap for now. Are you telling me DMers don't use shift click? No, I'm not saying that. In aggressive markets? What kind of bad manner is this? Okay. Happens. Going for long distance stone there at the top. Now gets the gold out of TheViper as well. 3 traps still active. Let's get an update on the castle count. 7 for TheViper, 5 for TheCode. TheCode still 3k stone in the bank though. So he can go for quite some more. And 34 villagers still collecting gold for him. For TheViper it's only 7. And still remember, we have the massive relic advantage there as well. Onager trading off. Nice 2-for-1 kill there. Castle is going down. And TheViper, he needs to make something happen. I don't know how, though. Where's Viper getting gold? In his dreams. Onagers, that could be pretty ugly. Loses all here for TheViper. Traps are moving forward. More traps, even reinforcement. That's a lot of traps now. 7 traps. That's something that we rarely see being very efficient. But he's throwing through those quite nicely. Another onager going forward. What can TheCode do against that? Sends them forward. Gets an easy kill. Rams now at the front. They shouldn't do anything. No support there. That's just so much siege here from TheCode. 12k army value to 7k at the moment, as you can see here at the bottom. And he's going in for the W. He's going in for the kill against all the Chukunu. Traps are falling. Ramgo at the top shouldn't get anything done. Goes through all the traps. And TheCode is showing his great strengths here and is killing TheViper in game number 6. Making it a 4-2 series now. Series now. I'm trying to learn it. A 4-2 set now. And good job by him. And I always need to double click it here. Happens. Lovely, lovely stuff. TheViper just losing some villagers there. And, well, it just felt like Arbalest. In the end, not the greatest thing, right? They have 40 HP, have less damage output, fewer arrows as well. So they're just so much worse against onagers. And just a very nice aggressive switch into those. I'm also surprised how long TheCode waited to build some siege workshops. All of them very aggressively. Nice reinforcement then at the top. Mass towers. And also 5 relics to 0. Something I've never seen before against the Viper. Lovely play here by TheCode. Slightly better military kills here. Doesn't really matter. Had the better economy. Look at that. A solid 9k extra gold there for our player from Turkey, now living in Belgium. 24-minute game and lots of control by him. Next game will be 4 Lakes Franks. That one should be a great matchup for TheCode. I think this should be a good matchup for TheCode. The Viper is really against top DMers, that might be his weakness. Protecting villagers, having the safe build-up, 4 Lakes, close distance, Paladin so strong. Did you have a Chinese BO for DM? Yes. Frank's War should favor Code, but you never know with Viper. Yeah, it's like favoring him, it's like 55-45 or something, right? It's not like, oh, the Code will easily win. But Slavs better for Viper in game 8, isn't it? What map goes like Slavs? Yeah, I like the chances for the Viper there. Yeah. But let's think from game to game. It's still all match points here. Left and Stated Whistle joining as well, picking Spanish and Mayans. They are hungry to play. What is this overlay? It's way too big? Okay, if you have some feedback, send me some messages. It's Capture HD Lite. First time using Capture H? Well, for DE, yes. First villagers are Snowball. In some way, that makes sense, yes. Hoping you're all having a wonderful Saturday here. Enjoying Deathmatch World Cup. As you all know, we will continue next Friday with Tato versus True. The loser of that series will play against the winner of Tato True. And on next Sunday, we'll have the Viper and the Code. Oh no, the Viper and the Code. Potentially going back at it against each other, and best of 11 finals there. All days, starting 17 GMT. True gets a shot at redemption. Indeed he does, after losing in the round of 16, being seed number 3, being champion of DM World Cup 1. Still tries to make something happen. Why do you think the Eskimo was successful in DM? I don't understand the question. Will Chaos Clowns Cup? No. Okay, let's jump into the action. Frank's War here on 4 Lakes. Let's go, my boys. And we have the code. How many stables is the opening? 6 stables, 6 barracks. Not the shortest distance ever. On the other side, 4 stables, 2 barracks. So the code is going a bit more aggressively. Relics, I would say, relatively neutral. Although I only see 4 at the moment. Okay, 1 at the right hand side here as well. And we see the first light cav trying to be annoying. Villager still full HP here. Interesting move. The code sends his one back. Seems like no kill there. Paladins are defending quite nicely. On the other side, no kill there either. The Viper walling in his villager. Wants to get some castles up. One castle here at the front as well. No villager really working on that one though. Is going for the barracks first. Another castle. Oh, not blocked by the Paladin at the front. Villager very safe behind this one as well. And well, those are actually exposed. I think you can get in there. If the code was focusing on that one, villagers at the front relatively safe, I wanted to say, but The Viper always finds an exposed one, apparently. That one is open as well. Builds a castle now. Some more villagers exposed at the right-hand side. Not the greatest job by TheCode, saving those. Another one bites the dust. 8 to 8 villagers now, so great raids on both sides. Oh, 2 villagers exposed in the back here. And 2 paladins, they are having exactly 1 goal, killing those 2. Nice move here. And that's a double kill. Bam-bam. And now it's 6 to 7 villagers. Again, the Viper trying to send 1 villager around and make some houses there in the back. Same goes for TheCode. Did wall that villager in, and quadruple castle here at the moment. And each of them is being built by 1 villager. Look at that. The Viper even saving that villager by building a market. You can't really sell too many resources in a Frank war, though. Can't sell any food at all because all your army is very food intense. And when it comes to wood, well, you still don't have guilds. Let's take a look at the map design here. So 3 massive hills shaping the map. 1 at the bottom, 1 in the center, 1 at the top, I would say. Also 1 at the left hand side. That won't be that contested, but that one looks pretty damn lovely for TheCode, who at the moment is having the same amount of army here. Gets a good shot off. Obviously won't get kills against high HP army, but will certainly do some damage. It feels like the Viper is holding okay-ish. Onager behind this, still doing some good damage. Now 3 Onagers behind this. It feels like TheCode is breaking this one slowly though. X-Men look better. 1 trap coming forward, trying to snipe down the Onagers. Not going to happen. 1 for now. And you can see, oh, won't get the second kill. But Paladin counts better at the moment. 28 Axemen in the queue, 15 on the field. On the other side, 13 on the field. And the first castle in some danger here. Would love to see TheCode get a castle up here. Might be a bit late for my taste. And look at how much TheCode already chewed through all the resources here. 4k food in the bank, 300 gold, but he's doing a good job of holding that hill, and that's all that he wants for now. 1 trap still, 29 HP, Halberdier is trying to find the kill, 1 hit, 2 hits, and it is enough. The Viper needs to retreat some, and TheCode needs to go for some more traps, gets some good control over that hill, gets some nice control in that direction. Rally count will be better for the Viper though. I think he is a bit more active in that regard and should get some more. Now TheCode is building some fishing ships here. Maybe lack of Axemen. Bombard Cannon goes down at the front. Onagers behind this one as well. I think this is an overextension of TheCode though. That's not really a fight you can take under the castle against all the Axemen. At least that's what I'm thinking. But TheCode obviously knows better than me. Oh god, that looks so intense. I think the Viper should have the better defense here. I think now he's overextending so heavily, TheCode. Okay, finally goes back. Yeah, he did buy himself quite some time. But still, not going to be easy. And Paladins cutting off some reinforcements here. Population 105 now against 90. The Viper still holding that area. Is going for bombard cannons. Finally, some fishing ships working here. Ooh, trying to lick their wounds. 27 villagers against 31 at the moment. Bombard cannons. Ooh, dancing some against the X-Men. Would Scorps be good here? No one builds them, but I actually don't think they're that bad. Bombard cannon, trying to find another angle. Probably want to kill that castle. I wouldn't mind it. If TheCode knew it, he could just go for the castle over here now. Pop 170 against 140 at the moment. Some villagers dying. Okay. Bombard cannons now spotted. Sends 1 paladin over. Sends 2 paladins over. Might actually get 1-2 kills. Let's take a look. TheCode. Oh, paladins have quite some HP. That's pretty damn costly. Bombard cannon. I think he will save himself though. Oh, the paladin bugging out. Not getting a single kill there. Kind of hurts for TheCode, who is not transitioning into the greatest army, right? Mass Halberdier, Max Axemen. Love to see some more paladins mixed in. Not going to happen for now. Hill control here for the Viper. Pretty nice job there. Now some farms for TheCode. Setting himself up quite but reasonably well, I would say. Not really caring about the relics for now. Relic count, I can give an update. 3 for the Viper, none for the Code. 1 is over here, 1 is over there. So I'm just expecting a 3v1 for quite some time. But the Viper, he obviously isn't the restless kind of guy when it comes to relic control. Oh, dodging those shots now. Ground attack of the bombard cannons, even 7 bombard cannons. That's quite an investment here for the Viper. Paladins controlling some more of the hill at the right hand side. Goes for some more gold control here. Halberdiers trying to toe in the water. Bombard cannon count. Now finally something a bit better for... Oh, the ground attack! The ground attack there. And let's take a look. Oh! Did snipe that one, wasn't it? Lovely. The monk did dodge the first volley, but then he just ground attacked the relic and it was enough to get the kill there. And now the Viper is even making an attack happen here. Not really sure if I like this too much. Bombard cannons at the right hand side, kind of exposed. The Viper maybe wants to go for the kill here, but one Paladin will kill the monk. But that might be still a pretty solid attack. The Viper, that's a lot of resources lost when it comes to all the Halberdiers. But how much do you need the Halberdiers after this one? Probably not too much. And he even said another monk. This might be 4v1 relics. The Viper, after having the last game 5v0 relics, was probably pushed a bit to his limits with his ego and felt like, okay, now I'm showing you, and even trying to steal the relics away under your nose. And indeed, that's what he is doing. Pop 160 for both players. And the game is paused for a small second. We can take a look at all the counts. It will be 4v0 relics, 8 casted here versus 7. The Viper with the solid control goes for more gold at the sides, gets some more stables up. The Code has to be happy with that gold control, and we are already continuing this game. 5k more kills there when it comes to units, 2k more when it comes to raising. Straps now moving forward, still holding that hill. Bombard cannons all going down here, and that's a lot of bombard cannons. That's so costly. The Viper not really caring about them enough here for my taste. And army value at the moment 7k to 5k. That's not enough, and that cast is going to fall. Paladins are now pushing in as well. Military count 60 to 60. The Code, he is aggressive in this regard, and I feel the Viper is getting pushed to his limits quite heavily. The Code would love to see another castle from him here, but doesn't really have the stone at the moment. X-Men still chilling on that hill. A good step for him. 4 traps out there. Could go for more. Could maybe go for the siege workshops first. That's an interesting decision. Paladins are now moving in. That's going to be some dead traps here for sure. Don't love that too much. That's 2 traps down already. Make it 3 traps down. Oh god. The Code just a bit out of position there. But also 6 Paladins lost their life. Still not collecting that last relic. Was there a raid that I missed? Some blue dots here, but the Code did clear it up. Nice multitasking by both of them, trying to get something done. And well, now some repair there. The Viper sits at pop 160. The Code pop limit, tries to make something happen with the Paladins. Will find 1 villager kill, and that will be it. Might have some problems though. Bombard cannons so good in this war. Just very tricky to attack into your opponent. Another trap at the front. 1 trap goes down now. Meanwhile, that was only 1 kill, as we said. Bombard cannons diving in deep again, trying to find another angle. Halberdiers doing a good job here. That late trading off against Paladin, something we don't see too often. That is really cost efficient for the Code. He still has way better army value. Choose through all those axemen. This is pretty good for him. Let's take a look. The Viper sitting at 35 military against 80 at the moment. Paladin still moving forward. How does the production look like? Halberdiers mainly, some villagers, 1 trap. On the other side, Halberdiers exclusively. Some Paladins trying to find something. Oh god, that was way too many Paladins dying. Not the greatest usage of them. Obviously, so many fights happening in the center at all times as well. Maybe going for the siege workshops before going for the castles might have been an option to push through the gold. Also, that's the gold that he needed to contest a bit earlier for my taste. What? Don't tell me. Where's the relic? Don't. Where is the relic? Wasn't there a relic here? No, I don't believe it. 4 relics. Don't show me a monk. What? How did he do it? How did he snipe that relic away? Under his nose. Next to his market. Next to his everything. Oh god, the Viper is just so sick in those things. That should have never ever happened. Another trap goes down as well. That was such a yoink indeed. Sneaky snake. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, goddy. Lots of onagers and bombard cannons, but still, do you want to push up the hill? Army value is pretty similar, but I think that should be a better fight for the code. Gets no real connection off against all those X-Men. Onagers around though. Let's take a look at this engagement. And now the Onagers getting some shots in. X-Men behind this one, not the greatest. It's against them. Now taking this fight, all the Onagers died. Bombard cannons making it home alive. But not a lot of the X-Men of the Viper can say the same for themselves. Meanwhile, some raids over here stopped as well. Now diving in deep, wants to kill all the bombard cannons. But is that really the thing that the code wants to do? He has 4 traps behind us. Would love to see them here. Indeed, that's where I see them. And we are going in deep into the Viper space. Bombard cannons still trying to save themselves. Pop 150 against 160. The code is trying to go for the kill. This is so deep in Viper space though. And he's trying to make something happen at the side. Not going to be that easy. Another raid in the back as well. Harvard is coming in for the defense. Another castle falls. Good job there. The 4 traps maybe going down to kill all the bombard, all the castles. Let's take a look. Castle count still 8 for the Viper though. So yeah, lost 3 at the front, but that might not be enough. Bombard cannons very exposed here. Some paladins now in the queue again. Goes for mainly X-Men, some onagers. 3.5k gold in the bank on the other side. The code. Look at that. 1 wood in the bank here. 1 single wood. And bombard cannons trying to make something happen. The code is going for the splits. And now the bombard cannons moving forward against all the traps. Pop 110 for the code. Is losing all his traps over and over again. Has to tap this one out. The Viper is at least top 2 in Deathmatch World Cup number 3. He's going into the winner bracket finals with a 1-0 lead in the best of 11 happening next Sunday. G to the G. A solid play here by the Viper. Just performed so well over and over again on tough matchups for him. At least those should be tough matchups, but he just looked so strong in this one. Hallelujah. Great job. The code will have to face the winner of True and Tato next Saturday. Will have to prepare himself there. Relic gold in the end. I can give an update. 1.8k. Remember, it's only a 27-minute game. Ooh. Viper, the reigning DM champion indeed, will take a look into defending it. A series that I had high hopes for. It did have some nice games. It did have a lot of aggression. That was really nice. Would have loved to see the code win the Vikings war. That would have been lovely for this whole series. Or series. I'm still trying to learn it. Better KD there for the Viper. I think the bombard cannons really paid off for him. More gold control there at the side as well. 5 relics for him. How did he sneak those away? Just looked so evil.